Hello and welcome. This is Gunner, and we're back with some more BattleTech, and it's time for a new contract. We are currently working on the Locust. There's only a day to complete that. Let's see what other things are going on with our mech company, assess the situation. So let's start off with the star map. This will give us an indicator of where we are and places we may end up going. So we have our priority mission, which I'm not sure I'm going to do. We also have a travel contract, which is on the way, so that would shorten our trip for that eventual priority mission. I don't see any other travel contracts, but we may still have some contracts in the system we're currently at. So let's go ahead and take a look at things. I don't believe we have any mech warriors injured. I could double check that. No, not that I see. Okay, and the Locust should be the only thing they're working on, so we'll have to decide once we've seen the contracts on whether or not we're going to end up doing any work before we take this mission. So we have the priority mission, and then we have 3 other ones. So this one's going to be our other travel one, and that's going to take us more or less halfway to our priority mission. It's going to take 14 days to get there. It is a Martian biome. That one's new. So looks like heat dissipation is going to be a little tricky, and there's also dust clouds, it seems like it's saying, and radiation fields we may have to worry about. Well, this is a battle, and honestly, it looks like it is a mission we've already done, very close to a mission we've already done. So there's a single mech out on its own, but it's probably a trap. So yeah, that sounds very similar. And last time we did this mission, it said a heavy mech, and it ended up being a vehicle. So I don't know if we can really trust this description too much. So as much as a mech may be tempting as far as the salvage of that mech, I think we'll take a look at the other ones because, again, I feel like we've already done this mission before. And I'd like to do new mission types so we learn the different mission types. So this looks like it's a new one, capture base. And we're at Highlands, so we're kind of familiar with that. I think. No, Highlands is a little bit different biome, I believe. Yeah, so we're going to be more elevation changes. Okay. We have long suspected that there is a pirate research station hidden in the system we're currently in, and we've finally got wind of its possible location. We need a few brave and plausibly deniable mercenaries to secure the location for a dropship extraction of any valuable scientific personnel. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. It looks like it pays and has better salvage than this mission here. Let's move on to the next one, though. Show of Force. This looks like it pays slightly more, has the same salvage level, is slightly less difficult, and Max Reputation seems to be a little bit different, but I'm not sure if I necessarily care about that. So we have yet another new mission type, Escort, and the biome we're looking at is Tundra. So the Tundra biome is icy, as we would imagine. Heat sinks are slightly more readily, heat sinks slightly more readily in this biome. Occasional pockets of geothermally heated hot springs can reduce heat efficiency for any mech that stands in them. Okay, so it's a little bit different than the colder climate that we've fought in the past with the geothermal effect. So let's see what we've got. Theft and banditry on the system have become a tremendous problem of late, to the point that the compelling corporate interests can't safely move goods over land. We need a mercenary company capable of defending our convoy and deterring any hostile force that may want what it's carrying. Payment will be remitted upon our receipt of the convoy and the successful evac of your lance. Okay, well, it's a little less difficult and it pays a little bit more. I think we're going to end up going for this one. But before we do this negotiation and everything, we should decide, do we want to do anything else with the mech bay? Now, I may end up going small on this particular mission, and if I did that, I'd probably run the Vindicator, the Shadowhawk, and the 2 light mechs that we have available. And then the Blackjack would be the odd man out. And I have been thinking about refitting the Blackjack. So let's go ahead and take a look at that and some thoughts that I have. Now, whether or not I end up doing this, I'm not sure. But the main thing that I've been thinking about doing is removing the AC2s. They weigh 6 tons apiece, and swapping out both of them for a single AC5. So the difference here is 8 tons for the AC5 versus 12 for the 2 AC2s. So we're gaining out 4 tons. So let's take a look at the ammo, what kind of thing we're looking at for that. So 25 rounds for the AC2, and that's split between the 2 weapons. And the AC5 ammo is 15 rounds. So overall, we're getting more shots if you're firing both AC2s at once, you're going to have less times that you can do that than the one AC5. Now, what's the difference between an AC2 and an AC5? Well, the damage, I mean, you can actually just see it right here. So we've got 45 damage versus 25. So 2 times 25 is 50. So we're losing out a little bit of damage and a little bit of range, as the AC2 does have better range. But what we gain out is a better minimum range. So if we hover over this, the minimum range is 90 meters. Over here, it's 120 meters. So that means that we can engage at closer ranges with the AC5. But the AC5 is still decent as far as that range goes. The real problem that the Blackjack has, at least from what we've seen, is the 4 medium lasers are pretty stout, closer range firepower. But heat efficiency has been a real problem, as we can see here on this little bar graph here. So if I were to remove the AC2s, we could add in heat sinks with the what, 4 or so tons that we would get back. And that would probably be an interesting loadout. Now, one thing I will point out, this is something I learned after messing around with the mech lab a little bit. If you click this, it actually tells you what the default loadout is. That's something I missed out when I was doing the commando, because I was going to set that up for the default anyway. So this is a way that you can see what the default should be and set it up accordingly. So we may have actually saved ourselves a little bit of time with that refit. I'm not exactly sure if that's how that works, if you set it up for the actual default, if it saves you time on the refit or not. Maybe, maybe not. But it's good to know this so that if you do want to set up the default, you can. All right, so let's mess around with this. So we're going to get rid of all the AC2 stuff. We're going to swap in that AC5. Do we want it in the right arm or the left arm? It doesn't really matter. Let's just put it in the right arm. The ammo I'm going to put in here where the ammo was before. So, as I said, we have 4 tons to work with. So let's get some heat sinks in here. So I'm going to put a couple of heat sinks in here with the ammo to help protect it in case we do get a critical. And as you can see, we're losing a little bit of range by making this change, but we're still going to have our right range. This leaves us with a couple more tons. Let's do 1 more heat sink. And how about a ton of armor? So I'm going to do 1 tick for everything. Did I do that tick there? I'm not sure I did. And now I'm not sure where we were with that armor. Shoot, what is the default? Does it tell me in the default? Yes, it should. 90. Okay, so it didn't take that tick. I thought so. I mean, I clicked the plus, but it didn't seem like it went through. Did I miss anywhere? Let's just double check. So what would be the... Okay, we didn't do the side torsos either, so at least I don't think so. Let me check that again. Yeah, so 55... yeah, 75 is the frontal. Okay. So we want to do... And then let's go through and we'll do 1 tick on the legs. And then we'll go back through and do the torsos. Man, these buttons are really finicky. Huh. All right, we didn't get the center torso. But that's all right, I think. All right, we did up armor with a ton. And we get a lot better heat efficiency. Let's see what kind of time frame this will take. It's going to be 14 days. And the cost I'm not too worried about. You know what the heck, let's do this. I think it will make us a little bit more effective. We'll lose a tiny bit of damage, but it will also allow us to consistently use our weapons, which I think would be nice. And we also get a little bit more ammo, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. We haven't been doing a lot of modifications of the mechs outside of the Shadowhawk and the Locust. I mean, we hadn't modified anything else. We've been more or less using stock. Okay, so for this mission, I'm going to use the lighter mechs here. And we'll see how it goes. I think we have enough firepower with the commando that will work out. Out of curiosity, though, what was the default loadout for the commando, just to see how far off I was? So the SRM-6 was supposed to be in the center torso. I think I ended up putting it in the arm. The right arm was the SRM-4, and then the ammo was left torso, right torso. So I think I ended up putting one of the ammos in the center torso. So yeah, that's the main change. The SRM-6 is in the arm versus in the center torso, and you know, these two should swap. Otherwise, we more or less did do the default. Now, there is an advantage of putting the SRM-6 in the arm because arm weapons should have better accuracy. So in a way, we may have actually made this mech slightly better. But if we wanted to do the default, that would have been the right way to do it. All right, let's go ahead and get this contract taken care of. I think we are going to end up going with this one here. Now, going lighter is going to have its own risks, but I think we'll be all right. So let's go ahead and negotiate. Now, as far as the payment versus salvage, I think I'd rather have the salvage at this point, because I think we're doing pretty well on money, and this is still, a pretty high-paying job. So this is the first time we've ever done anything with the Capellan Confederation, so let's see what they have to say. There are a few mercenaries House Liao trusts with tasks like this, Commander. Make certain our faith is not misplaced. We can both profit from this. Okay, so as I said, more salvage than money, as I feel like we do need a little bit of salvage. At this stage of the game, I don't know how good the salvage is going to be, but maybe we can get an autocannon 10. Crossing my fingers on that. Let's go ahead and accept. Okay, and it's going to put us right into this screen. So I'm going to end up putting the commando under me and the spider under Decker. And who else do we want to run with this one? I think Medusa and Jalopy are probably a good idea because they still have the high spirits. So, and we also need experience on Jalopy. Not so much on Medusa, but we do have experience. What do we want to do with Medusa here? Let's back up a little bit. I'm hoping that we'll save some of these things. You know what? Let's just go ahead. I mean, yeah, I might be able to make things a little bit better, but as far as making him a more capable pilot, but we're ready to go. Let's just go. All right, let's go ahead and deploy. All right, here we go.
Command interface initiated.
This is a convoy escort mission. You need to take a predetermined position, rendezvous with the convoy, and get it to its destination in one piece. The rendezvous point is designated Zone Alpha. After you've met up with the convoy, get to the extraction zone, and then get out yourselves. Good luck, Commander.
Should have brought a coat.
Okay. One of the reasons I think taking lighter mechs is a good idea. That way we can ensure that we're going to be able to keep up with the convoy. I can't really see very well on this map. I don't know if they mark geothermals on the map. I haven't seen any yet. We'll have to keep our eye out for it. All right, we'll go ahead and go into the woods here.
I copy. Bandit.
Okay. We have some enemies that we're already seeing.
Oh, it's on now.
All right, I didn't let the rest of my mechs move before we just went ahead. Got a locust. He's already firing at my spider. All right. And then the other mech is just another locust. They're both 1M variants. Okay. Well, I definitely do want to fire. So, try and move up, then do so. You know what? We should probably have Decker move first, so... Because this locust may actually move closer to him, and that may give me a better target. So, I'm gonna jump. See if we can get in here. Get a good shot. I mean, in theory, I could get in behind if I wanted to, but that's getting kind of far away from our lance mates. So... I'm going to try and force that situation. Of course, if I jump here, I could attack the guy that hasn't even moved. We may even be able to hit him. That might be a good idea. In that case, I wouldn't need to jump. And not unless I want the higher evasion, of course. Trying to get as high evasion as I can, but still be able to attack the guy that hasn't moved yet. With the idea of maybe hitting him. Now, is this a bad guy or a good guy? I am going to assume that that's a bad guy, so we really don't want him to be able to hit us because fire starters will hurt. Okay, so because I'm worried about that fire starter, I think I'm going to modify my move. And we're just going to go after the guy that's already moved. Because I really don't want him to be able to hit the spider, and if we can move away from that guy, all the better. Because the range of a fire starter is pretty limited. Okay, we'll open up on this guy. We could use the precision strike, but I think I'd rather save that for right now.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Okay, we missed, but that wasn't a great chance anyway. Alright, let's see what happens. The Locust is going to move. And I didn't really take into account, it does have a 1M variant. It did get me, unfortunately. You're trying to keep moving so that wouldn't maybe happen. Okay, well, and this token, is there an advantage of moving me first? I think we should wait to see what this fire starter is going to do. Let's reserve. Kind of surprised it starts like in the zone where we're supposed to rendezvous. Okay, it only moved a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to move to get as close as I can to the bad guy and open up on him. I'll probably use my precision strike because this attack I think is going to be pretty devastating if it lands, so we'll try for that. Okay, so the upside of using precision strike with somebody else is that these guys have reduced cost, but I think this is a right call. Still not a great chance to hit. We're going to go for center torso, though, and see if we can get a kill.
All weapons committed.
All right, well, we hit him. Okay. At this point, it doesn't really matter who goes first. I guess we'll go with the Vindicator first. And I'm just going to go ahead and walk up and open fire on one of these locusts. We'll probably just go after the one that's closest. Try and take it out. And fire away.
Engaging with target.
Oh, that looks like it's going to hit. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, that's going to give our Shadowhawk a little bit harder of a shot here, because we're going to be going after the Locust that's further away.
Orders.
But an AC-5 should be able to reach out and touch that kind of range, so
Got it.
we'll have to see. I'm going to take the shot. I see no reason why not to.
Engage.
Unfortunately, it did not land, but that's okay.
I missed.
Here comes the enemy. No surprise, it's going to go after the spider. And it looks like it missed with all of that. Now we should move our spider so that that fire starter just doesn't get a easy target. I want a decent movement bonus, though. May not be able to pull that off and still be able to fire, though. Unless we jump, of course. There's also a certain advantage in just sensor locking this guy. We're not going to do a ton of damage with our medium lasers, but we may be able to do something with the sensor lock. So let's sensor lock him up.
Acknowledged.
I'm still going to stay, you know, line of sight, which may be a mistake, but... Oh, 50% chance to hit isn't too bad, though. Let's go with it. What the heck? We got one hit. Not bad. Okay, here comes the fire starter. Took a shot at me. Just fine. I had good evasion up. Okay. Well, I'd like to take a look at this guy and see what kind of evasion he's got. So I'm going to move for that. I'm also going to get myself into cover. That'd be nice. Okay, so he's only got 2, and he's got 2. So the chance to hit is going to be the same. I think the Firestarter is a lot more of a threat. So we're going to go after him. And open fire. And as I said, the SRM-6 in the arm is a little bit more accurate, so that's the advantage of doing that loadout. Okay. And we should be able to do some precision strikes with our other mechs here. So I'm going to go ahead and have the Shadowhawk move up. I guess here. And I think we were going to try and take out the Firestarter before it gets a chance to go. I should be far enough back that the Autocannon 5 has a decent chance. It looks like it does. Let's go ahead and do our precision strike. And we'll hit the Firestarter. Try and take it out. I'm going to go for center torso for that attempted kill. If we go after the torso section, though, we may be able to take a lot of its firepower out early. If we look at this chart here, a machine gun's in there, but also we've got a medium laser and a flamer in that arm. So we're taking out 3 weapons by taking out 1 torso section. That seems pretty good. So, you know what? What the hell? I'll go for that.
Engaging with target.
It looks like we did land a lot of those shots where we needed it. And we did get it, so there goes the left torso and arm. Okay, now it's going to be Jalape's turn.
Orders.
It looks like we are able to pull off a precision strike if we want to. Trying to think what would be the best move here. I don't want to get too close because then my LRMs aren't going to land. But if I get really close, my small laser may be able to land, although I don't think I can get that close. So do we take the risk and have a little bit... I don't want the Firestarter to be able to get my back, though. We don't take much in the way of movement. Evasion. Well, the Firestarter might be able to get me. I think we're going to go after the Locust here. We might be able to get a kill. I mean, Locusts don't have necessarily great armor, and the 1M variant has even worse armor than that. Go ahead and do the precision strike. I would want to hit with a lot of this. We are going to go for the kill on the center torso and fire away. If the PPC lands, that's going to be pretty much a dead duck, which is what just happened. So there we go.
Target eliminated.
Oh, it looks like we are already killing the blockading force, so we haven't even gotten to our rally point. Okay, we're back around, so we get the couple reactions here. Let's start with the spider and just kind of move up here and get a couple of our laser shots in on that.
On it.
Not likely going to take him out, but we'll soften him up for the finishing blow with the commando. We've got a good chance to hit here, based off of the terrain. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the commando, and we're going to get nice and close, and we're going to attack on the side we've already ripped the torso section off of. That will focus that into the center torso more likely and give us the kill. Matter of fact, yeah, he has no armor in that center torso, so the likelihood he's going to survive this barrage is very low.
All weapons committed.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, there is the enemy force. Looks like we still have to do the mission here. There may be more enemy that pop up, so I can't take this too lightly. Go ahead and move the spider into there.
Roger that.
The commando I'll take more directly over to where we're supposed to go. And then we need to start getting our other force up.
On my way.
Affirmative.
Now, we don't want our heavier mechs to get too far behind, so I'm going to have to be careful of that. Okay, so where is our extraction point? Does it even say at this moment, or do I have to get to the rally point first? Well, if that's the case, I'll go ahead and take the commando, and we'll face like that. It looks like the road is over here, so we'll wait until this move ends. That should be enough to get that. Huh. Okay. I don't know if we need to get all of our mechs in here. If that's the case, we'll start moving to do so. Possibly we just need to end the turn
On my way.
in that space, so...
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Okay, that's not too surprising. I just got word from the compelling convoy. You've secured the area around their position, and they're on their way to the extraction point. Keep them alive. Keep in mind that the convoy will try to stay near you for protection. Continue advancing to get them to the extraction point. Okay, where is the extraction point, though? It looks like we're going this way. Oh. Got our heavier mechs kind of going with the convoy, and then these guys should be able to catch up. But this is where going light isn't necessarily a liability if you've got good light mechs like the commando here. Okay. So let's get moving here. I will sprint on up over here so that we can get an overwatch of our flank up there.
On my way.
I'll have the commando kind of follow more along the road, but we should still duck into the woods. Give us some semblance of cover. The Shadowhawk here is... Can we jump further than we can sprint? Doesn't seem like... Yeah, actually looks like we can. Jump very slightly more ahead. We want to keep with the convoy, so that seems like a good idea. Okay. And I guess we can brace as well. Okay, and you're going to sprint on ahead as well.
Coordinates received.
Now these APCs move really fast, so I'm not sure if they'll outpace me or not. Looks like they are going a bit ahead of me. Spider should be able to keep up with them, but I don't know about the Shadowhawk and the Vindicator. Again, a reason why I went light here. The Blackjack, I think, would have been a little bit of a liability, a little too slow. Okay. Well, let's continue to do some scout work here. We jump. Not sure if I do want to jump just yet, though. Let's get into the woods. Looks like it's the edge of the map, so I don't really have to look over that way.
Acknowledged.
Alongside the convoy. And we may be able to jump a little bit further. Or... yeah, a little bit further we can jump. Go ahead and take that extra distance. So we can stay ahead of the convoy. This is probably a good point to... I mean, it said enemy reinforcements, but we're not seeing anything on the sensors, so... we'll have to see. So I'm gonna guess this is the extraction point here. We're not that far away from it. I'll have to see next turn if there's any enemy. Yeah. Not seeing any so far. Go up into the woods here. And if that's the edge of the map, we don't really need to go over there. Ando, we'll have Forge Ahead over here. Not catching anything on the sensors. Not really sure what to think with that. And we may be able to... No, it's about the same. Maybe slightly faster with the sprint.
Location confirmed.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get home here without really running into anything. I wonder what this is. Is that the geothermal there? I'll have to check on the next opportunity I get to move, if we have anybody that can move that far. Definitely looks a little bit different than the rest of the train. There's more here. Okay. Well, I guess we might as well move on up and see anything up here. Yeah, we can't quite get up there to see what that is, but... Unless the jump distance will take us there, which, you know, these guys can't quite jump far enough. Okay, we're gonna move like that just to kind of watch our back. Jump over here. That guy's just on the edge. I don't know if my mechs have to stand in this or not. I would imagine having them all stand there, though, before these guys make it would probably make me fail one of the objectives. So I'm going to go ahead and not do that. Dropship is inbound on this location. Units here are at risk of destruction. Okay, well, we probably shouldn't stand there then. All right, so what is this? Yeah, that's the geothermal. So, and they do make it a nice purple color, so you know. As a matter of fact, it looks like some of the surrounding area, even though it's not that same green and bluish. Okay. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and kind of stand up on this ridge. But I don't think there's any more enemy, despite what the mission itself said. So... we're going to kind of just chill along this ridge. We should easily be able to get into the extraction point with our mechs on the next turn. At least this way we see how the convoy missions work.
More in position, Commander. Hold your ground until the package is on its way.
Ah, here we go. There's the enemy. More contacts on the sensors, Commander. Looks like a pirate assault team. Stop them before they can destroy the convoy. All right, will do. All right, looks like 3 mechs, I'm guessing. And there's the dropship to pick them up. And here we go. So they are medium mechs. One's kind of far away. What do we got here? A hunchback. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay. Oh, what do we want to do with this? We attack them now, but a hunchback has pretty good armor. I'm not sure if we should reserve, because that hunchback is going to start attacking us, and we don't have necessarily the greatest evasion right now. And which version? Yeah, that's a normal version of the hunchback, so the scary version. All right.
Orders?
You could see what this is. By moving over and attacking it, this would get us some good evasion. The problem is I can't really stop what's going to happen here regardless. So if I were to move anybody, it should be me and not necessarily the spider. All right, hold on. Let me see what we can do with my... Okay, so I can see there, or I can just attack the hunchback. If I move here, I get 4 evasion, but I do risk him being able to come up and punch me, which we really don't want to have happen. I do want to get line of sight here, if I can. I also like the idea, though, of getting a little bit of cover, so that if an AC-20 does hit, it won't absolutely destroy me. We do lose out a little bit on evasion, but I'm gonna go ahead. I don't think he'll be able to get me from that kind of range. Hunchbacks are kind of slow. That would be my main concern, is just him being able to walk up and punch me, as that would hurt a lot. Granted, the AC-20 is going to hurt a lot regardless, but maybe we'll hit him early here and do a little bit of damage to him.
All weapons committed.
Not enough, I think, to knock him out, obviously. Well, that's up to me. Do I want to move the spider now, or do I want to wait? Spider will have good evasion right now. If we move him, the hunchback might not be as much of a threat. So we could come over and hit this mech before it gets a chance to go. It's a medium mech, though, so I don't really want to get too close to it. I think we reserve here. Kind of see what the enemy's going to do. Okay, another hunchback. Jeez.
Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
Oh, they sensor locked me. Who got sensor locked? Oh, my commando. That's bad. All right. So, in that case, we are going to want to attack the enemy that have not gone.
Good to go.
Jump in. And I honestly think we should go after the hunchback here. Let me see. What is his armor like? I'll do the jump, and then we'll kind of determine what we would do. I also want to see what the other enemy is. But I really don't want to face 3 hunchbacks. I mean, that does mean that we may be able to get... Ooh, a trebuchet. Jeez. All right. Well, these guys are something else. Okay, well. Let's see what the hunchback has for us. That's where the AC-20 is. We should probably aim for that to try and take it out. May mean we don't get the salvage for it, but I think that's a pretty good idea. So let's go ahead and open up on this guy. And I'm going to go after that torso section and see if we can knock out his AC-20 before it even fires.
Roger.
Fortunately, I don't think I got him. I didn't see all the pop-ups there. Okay, here comes the wheeled APC, so we get another one in. Okay, the trebuchet is moving first. Gonna go after one of the APCs. A lot of firepower, so I'm not too surprised that they killed him there. Okay. Well, the only thing that hasn't moved now is the hunchback, and we really want to take that guy out if we can, so... Needed to establish a line of sight on him. Looks like we're going to have to step over to here to do that. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and use Precision Strike, and we are going to go after the AC-20 if we haven't already damaged it. Let's take a look. Yeah, we hit the leg, not the... so that cold shot didn't really work for us. But we're going to do it again. And hopefully this time it does work.
Firing on target.
Okay, we did hit, but I think that was the leg again. Okay. Yeah, we just keep hitting them in the leg. Well, at this point, don't think we're going to be able to... Again, I don't want the guy to be able to just punch me, which is what he may resort to if I jump over to him. So, Now, the side we'd want to hit is over here, actually. So I'm going to take a really big jump here. But I want to try and maintain my distance. As I said, I don't want him to be able to just jump up and punch me. So hopefully this is enough distance that he won't be able to do that. We do not want him to hit my commando or my spider with that AC-20, which is what I was trying to take out, but unfortunately we didn't get it. I don't know if the mission's going to end once we get all these guys in their little zone. I hope not, because this is some good salvage. Okay, they're taking some shots here. Unfortunately, they're missing. And here comes the Hunchback, the thing I was kind of worried about. Who's he going after? Ow. Yeah, see, that's what we didn't want to have happen. We didn't want him to hit us with an AC-20. That was why I was trying to take it out.
Good job. Objective secured.
Ah. Oh, okay, we can fight this out if we want to. I think we should. Because this salvage is going to be worth it. Now, it is a risk, because we did take some heavy damage here on the Vindicator. Now, this is the 4P variant, which is going to have a bunch of medium lasers. So, okay. Well. What to do, what to do. Well, the Hunchback is pretty beat up, and that AC-20 is still in danger, so if we are able to, and I think I'm going to jump so that we maintain our... we're going to be hitting from the back. I don't really want to do that. Switch sides, but I don't think so. Oh, our extraction point's over here anyway. So we're going to have to move through these guys regardless. Now, Hunchback rear armor is pretty bad. So it is okay to go after it. I want to go after the Hunchback because it's, in my opinion, I mean, trebuchets are threatening too. But I think that definitely... Let's go ahead and fire here.
Firing a full salvo.
We can't miss. Okay. Now, we have to keep moving here. Get the best effect. I may end up getting punched here. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I think I'm going to end up having to go after the trebuchet just so that I get the best evasion and cover. The problem is that the Hunchback up there can get my back, and then the cover wouldn't matter, would it? No, I think we go with this anyway. Maybe he won't go after the commando. Okay, so in this case, we can only hit the trebuchet. It's not really the ideal target for me, but we'll take it. And this guy's moving first. We're gonna have to try and keep that Vindicator out of harm's way. We're gonna take a lot of medium laser shots here. Ow. Well, there goes our PPC, which I don't think we have a way of replacing, so that's gonna suck. All right.
For orders.
Let's jump out of this engagement with the Hunchback. Man, that sucks. Well, the only thing we can fire here is The LRM-5. See, that gets within our minimum range, which I really don't want to... Let's do this.
Jumping.
Continue after the hunchback. This will be from a direction that should hurt that hunchback. Still, unfortunately, the AC-20 is a threat. He's gonna punch us. There he is, from the rear. Oh, he went for the shot. Fortunately, we had a lot of evasion there. Okay, well, now the target to hit is the trebuchet, because that's the one that hasn't moved. So,
Standing by.
I'm gonna go ahead and go in for the punch. And we're gonna do this from, I think, the best direction, which would be that side. Unless we wanted to go after things we've already hit, which would be, we'd want to go from the left, so we'd want to go here. It's possibly allowing them to get in behind me, though. But I think that's the good call. Let's go for that.
On my way.
Might be able to make this guy unsteady, maybe even knock him down if we hit.
Physical attack.
Oh, okay, we just kicked him in the head. That's one way to take a mech out.
Mech destroyed.
Okay, you know, the arm getting blown off, that sucks. Especially, as I said, we cannot replace that PPC, so... but at this token, we're actually in a not too bad spot to try and finish these guys off. The hunchback is really hurting here. This guy is, you know, still a threat, obviously. Well, let's start with Decker. I'm going to jump so that we get a more evasion up. But I'm going to have to do it in a way that we can still see. You know what? I may not move Decker just yet. Let's have him stay put. Here we can get 4 evasion up and hit this guy. Unfortunately, we're not hitting him on the side I'd like to hit him on, but... You know, it's still alright. We really don't want this guy to hit us anymore, but... Let's get rid of this guy if we can. So, fire away.
All weapons committed.
Fortunately, that was all fresh stuff for us. Okay. Well, I don't think we have much of a choice here. I got a reserve. I mean, we may be able to take this guy out with the spider, but, I mean, we've seen he's got a lot of internal structure, so I think we just reserve and we see what happens here. I'm going to guess the Hunchback's going to go after our Shadowhawk, which is not too surprising. Unfortunately, we did take a head hit here. So this fight ended up being a lot more costly than I would have liked. Well, in this case, if we don't move with the Shadowhawk now, we'll be in a lot of trouble. So I think we go ahead with this move, and I'm going to come in and punch this guy, as I think we can do the most damage this way. And we'll see. We'll be able to maybe knock him down, too. He is fairly unsteady. And we've got the small laser to follow up with. Okay, we got the important stuff. And he should fall down, which will knock him back in initiative, which is also good. Means that we can do what we need to do with our other mechs. So I'm going to continue to jump, just so that gives us more distance. And hopefully more evasion. And we're not in vision.
Up high.
I'm not sure if we should go after the Hunchback on the ground or not. I mean, I only have an LRM-5, so it's not going to be necessarily great damage either way. Let's go for the center torso with the LRM-5 and see if we can kill him. He could always get up and punch me and hurt me in that way. And obviously we'd prefer him not to do that.
For orders.
Okay, I'm going to continue to jump so that we have good evasion up. Again, we don't want to get hit. And we only have a line of sight of the guy on the ground, so we'll go after him. Now, we are heating ourselves up by jumping all the time, but let's go for the kill.
Roger that.
It did take a little bit of heat damage there, but we needed to get the kill, so...
Get this done.
Alright, so now it's 1-on-4. But yeah, this battle ended up being a lot more costly than I had wanted, and we're going to have a lot of repairs to do, especially of the Vindicator. So, okay. Well, let's start with Decker. I'm going to do, you know, it's tempting here to try and get a lot of hits on this guy before he gets a chance to move. But I'm afraid of what's going to happen if I do that. So, I honestly think the right move here is to reserve. I'm a little bit concerned about the Shadowhawk, as this is going to be rear armor. Gonna go in for the punch, or is he gonna move? I mean, these hunchbacks are always dangerous. We took another head hit. You can't take many more of those. Okay. He didn't get enough evasion up, though, for it to count. So we have to lay into this guy and do a ton of damage. As much damage as we possibly can. So let's endeavor to do that. Should I take the precision strike or should somebody else? Well, honestly, Medusa's probably just going to punch again. So let's go with the precision strike here. Now, all that firepower is probably in this section here. So we should probably aim for that. It's fresh armor, though, so I don't know if we're going to get through. But, you know, we'll work on it. Okay. Go ahead and have our guy punch again. We're going to continue to attack from this side, as that's where we're going to be able to do... if we can continue to concentrate on that, we might be able to take that torso section out. And if we take that out, a lot of this guy's firepower goes out with it. Okay, we got it. We actually stand a decent chance now of taking this guy out without taking too much more damage.
Good to go.
Okay, I think the LRM-5 is the only thing that's going to land here. I'm going to go ahead and use the ability that gets her guarded, just in case this guy does end up going after her. Because I really can't take much more damage. Here we go. And we'll fire away with what we've got.
Confirmed.
Okay. And then Decker's going to come in and do some medium laser damage. Just a run now. Oh, I stepped on the geothermal. Crap. Oh, okay, we can get away with the medium lasers, though. Because we didn't jump. Okay. Is he really hot, too? I didn't really pay attention. No, he's not hot. Alright. Let's go with my mech. Let's get a back shot on this guy. On fire.
All weapons committed.
Fortunately, we got a lot of misses there, but there we go.
Enemy mech destroyed.
All right, well done. You managed to wipe the Op 4 out. I can do an extract right now. No need to get to our planned LZ.
Mission Mission
All right, well,
successful.
unfortunately, those are two different variants of the Hunchback, though, so I'm not necessarily going to get that close to a Hunchback, but, you know, it's a really good mech. Either one would be good, so... Fortunately, we missed out on the convoy being, you know, not taking any losses. House Liao has always believed in one thing, Commander: victory at any cost. It seems you also understand this vital lesson. You're pleased you performed so well. Yeah, victory at any cost, quite a lot of cost for me. So, let's see. So the Spider's going to need repair. The Vindicator's going to need a lot of repair. Okay. Oh, I didn't take enough salvage. Whoops. Well, that sucks. Probably because I went back and forth in the thing. I kind of noted that the pay was a little high. I thought it was to what we had said. Well, I do want the trebuchet, and if I'm going to have to take... But hold on. There's 3 parts of the trebuchet. Oh, if I'd taken enough salvage, we would have been able to take the whole thing. Well, and now we got to get lucky and get the other part, but there's a lot of salvage here, so we might not get lucky. But we've got 2 or 3 parts. I really want a trebuchet because that is a good mech. What other weapon systems do we have here? Probably quite a lot that I would really appreciate, like, well, AC-20 ammo, I don't really care. But yeah, I would have preferred to get more salvage here. Unfortunately, because I went back and forth, I guess I hadn't ticked the right box, or I hadn't done the slider correctly. All right, well, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and confirm. And cross our fingers, we did not get the rest of the trebuchet. So we ended up getting one of the Hunchback parts, though, so that's good. It does suck, though, because we could have gotten a trebuchet out of that if I had taken enough salvage. All right, well, it is what it is. Well, hopefully we get another opportunity to that in the future. It is a bummer, because I did set that up for more salvage, and unfortunately, because I went back for a second and came back in, it had defaulted to the previous thing, and I just hadn't caught it. All right, well, we're going to have a lot of work cut out for ourselves to get our mechs back in working order. Medusa's going to be out for a little while. Not too worried about that. We'll have to see what kind of time frame we're looking at. We'll go from there. I think I'll have enough mechs to put into a mission. Will it be the mechs that we want to put into the mission? I don't know. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.